Over the past few years, humanoid robots have been popping up everywhere. They walk the runway, perform martial arts, bow to audiences under bright stage lights, and get praised by the media as the future of humanity. At first glance, it all looks amazing. But if you pause for a second and ask a simpler question, what do these robots actually do for your everyday life? The answer is usually silence. Most humanoid robots today, especially those coming out of China, exist mainly to look good in marketing videos and tech expos. They're designed to create a wow effect, to look and move like humans, but not to actually live with humans. Once the stage lights go off, they don't cook, they don't clean, they don't guard your house, and they can't really replace any repetitive job in real life. And that's exactly where Tesla Bot Gen 3 shows up in a completely different way. No flash, no performances, no trying to prove how human it looks. Tesla treats robots as real, working tools, the same way they approached electric cars and self-driving AI. Quiet, extremely practical, and moving at an insanely fast pace. This is what they started in 2021, and this is where we are today. Elon Musk has said many times that Optimus isn't a humanoid robot built just for show. Sure, it can dance if you want, but in the end, it's meant to clean your house when you're busy. That's when humans are freed up, and having a job becomes optional. Elon Musk believes there are at least 4 reasons why Optimus will convince customers, and anyone who doesn't own one will seriously regret it. So yes, mass production and sales of the Tesla Bot next year are a deliberate move to push it straight into human living spaces, doing housework, helping with cooking, and even acting as a smart home security guard. This isn't some distant sci-fi future. It's a concrete plan for 2026. So why should you buy a Tesla Bot? And how is it actually useful for humans? The truth is, when you put Tesla Bot Gen 3 next to Chinese humanoid robots, the difference becomes obvious. One side is technology made for display. The other is technology built to change how people work and live. Just looking at the design alone, you can clearly see a huge gap in refinement and overall finish. China has never really been strong at design. Even their electric cars tend to look kind of awkward. Okay, the first reason you should own a Tesla Bot is simple. It cleans your house. Yeah, mopping the floors, vacuuming, washing dishes, mowing the lawn, cleaning windows, folding laundry. You'd actually be surprised when you come home. You know, what really makes Tesla Bot Gen 3 different isn't how human it looks. It's that it's designed to understand how a house actually works. And there's no task that exposes that more clearly than cleaning an entire living space, a sequence of jobs that sounds simple but is incredibly complex for a humanoid robot. To truly clean a home, a robot needs more than just movement. It has to recognize objects, make judgments, interact physically with precision, and most importantly, avoid putting people or property at risk. This is exactly where most humanoid robots today, especially Chinese ones, show their weaknesses. They can hold a broom, but they don't understand which surfaces are fragile. They can wipe floors, but can't tell the difference between carpet, wood, or tile. They can move, but not smoothly enough to survive in a tight living space full of obstacles. Tesla Bot approaches this problem in a completely different way. It isn't programmed to clean. It's trained to understand a living environment. All of its cleaning ability comes from the coordination between sensors, a multi-angle camera system, high-precision mechanical hands, and a movement speed that's fast enough to be efficient, but still safe inside a home. First is spatial awareness. Tesla Bot uses a camera system based on the same vision-first philosophy Tesla applies to its cars. Instead of relying on expensive LiDAR or pre-built maps, the robot learns to see the house in real time. It recognizes floors, walls, furniture, decorations, and even small things like cables, pets, or kids' toys. This is critical, because cleaning isn't a fixed, repetitive task in a static environment. Every day, the house changes. Okay, but Tesla Bot is a lot smarter than you might think. Once it understands the space, it goes a step further and evaluates how dirty things are and what kind of surface it's dealing with. This is where show-off robots usually fall short. Cleaning wood floors isn't the same as cleaning tile. Wiping a glass table isn't the same as wiping a kitchen counter. By combining visual data with force sensors in its hands, Optimus can adjust pressure, hand speed, and movement paths, just enough to clean thoroughly without damaging surfaces. It may sound like a small detail, but for older adults, a group Tesla is quietly targeting. This is the difference between a helpful assistant and a constant headache. The hands of the Tesla Bot are one of its most critical features. Unlike many Chinese humanoid robots that use crude grippers or purely demonstrative hands, Optimus's hands are built for real work. You know, it's currently the only humanoid robot in the world with 22 degrees of freedom in its hands. When cleaning, the robot needs to know how to hold a cloth, wring it out, change contact points, fold the cleaning surface, and even put the cloth back in the right place when it's done. Each of these actions requires extremely fine coordination between fingers, wrists, and arms, something Tesla has invested heavily in, because they understand that household labor is never rough work. Its movement speed, up to 4.5 miles per hour, matters more than people realize. In a home setting, speed isn't about running. It's about time efficiency. A slow, clumsy cleaning robot quickly becomes useless, especially in larger homes. Tesla Bot is fast enough to move efficiently between rooms, yet tightly controlled to avoid collisions. When it detects people or pets nearby, the system automatically slows down and adjusts its path, something most performance-focused robots today simply can't do without remote supervision. More importantly, it's the continuity of the work. Tesla Bot doesn't clean in a once-it's-done way. It remembers. It learns a family's habits, which areas get dirty faster, what times it should clean without getting in the way, and which spaces need extra care. Over time, the robot doesn't just clean, it cleans the right way, at the right time, and to the right degree. This is the fundamental difference between practical AI and performance AI. When you compare it to Chinese humanoid robots, the gap becomes obvious. Most of those robots need pre-written scripts, staged environments, and human intervention. They can clean a small area for a video, but they can't be responsible for an entire house day after day, week after week, for years. Tesla Bot is designed for exactly that scenario: repetitive, durable, and reliable. The second reason Elon Musk believes people will be excited about owning Optimus is its ability to monitor and protect the home, instead of relying on a bunch of wasteful security cameras. Optimus can understand and protect humans within their own private space. You know, this is an area very few humanoid robots even dare to touch. Because it doesn't just require good hardware, it demands AI that's mature enough to tell right from wrong, normal from abnormal, harmless from dangerous. This is a continuous process of observation, behavior analysis, learning over time, and controlled response. Optimus doesn't just see a stranger, it has to understand what that person is doing, why they're there, and whether their behavior crosses a safety threshold. This is exactly where Tesla's AI training really shows its strength. Tesla Bot Gen 3 is built on the same computer vision and reinforcement learning foundation that Tesla has developed for years through its self-driving system. That means the robot isn't just recognizing faces or movements, it's learning behavior patterns. Someone standing at your front door for a few seconds to ring the bell is normal, but someone pacing back and forth, checking cameras, looking for blind spots, or trying the door handle, that's a completely different behavior. This kind of distinction can't be hard-coded with a few rigid lines of logic. It only comes from training on massive amounts of data and real-world scenarios. Tesla Bot's cameras function like living eyes. They don't just record video, they continuously evaluate context, lighting, time of day, surrounding space, and the relationships between objects in the frame. Combined with motion and audio sensors, Optimus can detect abnormal signs very early, often before humans even notice. More importantly, the robot doesn't overreact. It assesses the level of risk and chooses an appropriate response: alert, monitor, or intervene. Yeah, with an indoor movement speed of up to 4.5 miles per hour, the robot can quickly reach areas where there's potential risk, while still keeping a safe distance from people. The key point is that Tesla didn't design Optimus as an enforcement robot. It isn't built to attack or cause harm. Instead, every action is centered around prevention, deterrence, and protection. For example, when Optimus detects an intruder, it can issue voice warnings using the integrated Grok voice, while simultaneously notifying the homeowner or even law enforcement. The physical presence alone of a robot equipped with 8 2D cameras is already a powerful deterrent. This helps explain why, at a Tesla shareholder meeting, Elon Musk made a controversial but thought-provoking statement. Instead of locking people in prisons, society could eventually move toward a different model, one where offenders are released but constantly monitored by Optimus, preventing them from committing crimes again. What do you think about Elon Musk's statement? Okay, as you can probably see, most Chinese robots stop at basic motion or facial recognition. They lack the ability to analyze behavior over time, lack real-world training data, and most importantly, lack the capacity to make independent decisions in ambiguous situations. If cleaning and home security show that Tesla Bot Gen 3 can take care of your living space, then cooking is the real stress test. And it's also the biggest reason you'd want to own an Optimus. Cooking isn't a sequence of repetitive motions. It's a constant combination of perception, judgment, fine motor control, and real-time adjustment. And that's exactly why Tesla sees the kitchen as the final arena for humanoid robots. According to what Elon Musk has shared, Tesla Bot Gen 3, expected to launch in February next year, will be the first truly complete version capable of handling up to 100 expanded tasks per day, thanks to its ability to self-learn and imitate human behavior. Musk is confident that Optimus won't just cook everyday meals, but can even prepare breakfast like a real human housekeeper. The current Optimus 5 2.5 already shows a major leap in design and overall build quality. The outer shell is smoother, joints are more cleanly covered, exposed wiring is reduced, and the design language has shifted from rough and mechanical to rounded and friendly. The robot now looks like a product close to being sold, rather than an experimental prototype. On top of that, Optimus has been integrated with Grok, the voice assistant from xAI. While its responses are still a bit slow and sometimes awkward, this marks an important milestone. The robot has begun communicating in natural language, an absolutely essential capability in a kitchen environment. Gen 3 will have a major battery upgrade, just 2 hours of charging for up to 22 hours of continuous operation. This is critical for cooking, because no one wants a robot to run out of power halfway through frying an egg. To make cooking possible, Tesla has invested massively in what Musk calls the real brain of Optimus, its AI and its arms and hands. Musk has openly admitted that building truly dexterous hands is one of the hardest challenges in humanoid robotics, and mass-producing these arms is about 100 times harder than making a standard industrial robot arm. He's even said that engineering Optimus is more difficult than Model X, the Cybertruck, and the Gigafactory, and only slightly easier than Starship. The reason comes down to a simple truth. The world is designed for human hands. Door handles, frying pans, knives, spoons, even something as fragile as an egg, all of it demands an incredibly flexible manipulation system. Musk has repeatedly emphasized that the human hand is an evolutionary miracle, with more than 27 degrees of freedom, controlled by a tendon-like system that's both powerful and precise. If a robot can't solve the hand problem, it will forever be stuck doing performances. And this is exactly where most other robotics companies fail. They can make robots run, jump, box, or play table tennis, but they can't peel an orange or wash vegetables under running water. The tasks people actually want robots to do are left untouched. Tesla is doing the opposite. They're putting Optimus in the kitchen, the most complex, flexible, and human-centered environment there is. Think about something as simple as breakfast, eggs and bacon. The robot has to open the fridge, identify ingredients, hold an egg gently enough not to crack it, turn on the stove, adjust the heat, grab the pan, crack the egg properly, flip it, manage timing, and turn the stove off at the right moment. Every step requires coordination between vision, intelligence, hands, and real-time reflexes. If Optimus can do this, it's no longer an industrial robot. It has stepped into the human world. The difference becomes even clearer when compared with robots in factories. Tesla's robotic arms can weld car frames with absolute precision, but only in a controlled, fixed environment. Put them in a kitchen, where everything is constantly changing, and they would be completely helpless. Optimus was created to deal with exactly that kind of chaos. The journey of the Tesla bot shows an astonishing pace of evolution. From a tech cosplay moment at AI Day 2021 to a clumsy prototype in 2022, then Gen 2 in 2023 that could fold clothes, hold an egg, and wipe tables. By 2024, Optimus was already working inside Tesla factories, sorting batteries and assisting with production. Today, much of its training is focused on practical value in the home. More importantly, as Elon Musk has repeatedly emphasized, Optimus can watch instructional videos on YouTube and then transfer those skills into the real world. Thanks to this, in just a single day, the robot can acquire dozens, even up to 100 new tasks. This turns the kitchen into an infinitely expandable library of skills. Okay, the final and decisive reason many people might consider buying Optimus isn't just how convenient it is, but this: it can directly generate income. Yeah, what do you think about a robot that can bring in money for you every single day? With durable physical capability, never getting tired, never taking vacation, never asking for a raise, the Tesla bot could be rented out as a robotic worker, taking shifts in factories, handling logistics, cleaning, caring for the elderly, working night shifts, or running small shops. If an Optimus costs under $30,000 and generates around $2,000 per month, then financially, it would pay for itself in just over a year, followed by many years of pure profit. Morgan Stanley, through analyst Adam Jonas, put forward a striking figure. A humanoid robot working at a cost of $5 per hour could replace the work of 2 humans earning $25 per hour, creating a net present value of around $200,000 per robot. If Tesla can deploy this at scale, it's not just a labor improvement, it's the birth of an entirely new economy. Imagine thousands of Optimus robots working in warehouses, retail stores, restaurants, nursing homes, and emergency response teams. Costs would drop dramatically, productivity would skyrocket, and social value would be unlocked at an unprecedented scale. AI, energy, and robotics are converging, and Tesla is one of the very few companies building all 3 pillars at the same time. You know, some people would buy Optimus simply to handle household chores because they don't have the time. Others, however, see Optimus as a business asset. For example, a small food shop could operate almost autonomously. 1 robot taking orders, 1 cooking, 1 serving, and 1 cleaning. The upfront cost might make you hesitate, but the payback period would be very fast compared to traditional labor expenses. Like every technological revolution before it, humanoid robots will certainly replace some jobs, but they will also create an entirely new ecosystem of professions. This will drive massive demand for robot training, AI programming, maintenance and repair, robot fleet operations engineers, and especially human-machine interface design, so robots can work smoothly alongside people. Elon Musk has chosen to deploy Optimus inside Tesla factories first, to prove that the robot doesn't just look smart, but generates real economic value. If you look at its true nature, the arrival of the Tesla bot is not a threat to jobs, but a stepping stone toward a new era of labor, one where humans and robots create wealth together more efficiently than ever before. Okay, so if Tesla bot could reliably cook, clean, and guard your home, would you seriously consider buying one? Drop a comment below. One undeniable fact is that the Tesla Semi has always been the most questioned electric Class 8 semi-truck in the transportation industry. Yeah, it's been doubted even after proving its strength through real-world operations. Yeah, most people believe the Tesla Semi is a good truck, but they've always been skeptical about whether Tesla can mass-produce this Class 8 Semi. And the fact that the total number of semis produced so far can be counted on one hand has only proven the skepticism to be well-founded. From 2017 until now, nearly 8 years, very few people haven't asked the question, why hasn't such an efficient truck been produced in larger numbers? Now Elon Musk has finally given us an answer. The Tesla Semi has essentially been waiting for a new factory, along with major updates for the 2026 version of the Semi. Elon Musk revealed at a Tesla shareholder event that when you look at the old Semi and the new Semis hitting the road in 2026, you won't even recognize them as the same Tesla Semi. Okay, this version promises not only a dramatic redesign, but also a major turning point in manufacturing efficiency, as Tesla rolls out the Giga Semi production line. The new model will feature improved motors, better aerodynamics, reduced weight, and optimized production costs, allowing output to scale up to as many as 200 units per day. On top of that, the lower drag coefficient boosts energy efficiency, extends driving range, and delivers significant fuel savings. So the big question is, can the new Tesla Semi truly take down heavyweight competitors like Peterbilt and Volvo? Over the next 18 minutes, let's break down at least 8 major changes between the two versions. Over the past few years, the Tesla Semi has attracted major attention in the transportation industry thanks to its outstanding performance. Capable of traveling 500 miles even while hauling a gross weight of over 70,000 pounds, with extremely low energy consumption of just 1.7 kilowatt hours per mile. To achieve this, One of the most critical factors behind its success has been the battery system. However, the battery is also at the top of the list of upgrades for the new version of the Semi. Okay, very few people know that for the versions produced from 2017 up to now, Tesla has been using LFP batteries for the Semi, a choice aimed at reducing production costs and improving safety for electric trucks. However, while LFP batteries offer several notable advantages, they also come with drawbacks that must be carefully considered over the long term. LFP batteries stand out for their excellent safety characteristics and stable operation in cold weather. This is a crucial factor for electric trucks, especially in cold climate regions where traditional batteries can suffer from reduced performance and accelerated degradation at low temperatures. LFP batteries have high thermal stability and are far less prone to fires or explosions, helping ensure operational safety, particularly for a large vehicle like the Tesla Semi. In addition, LFP batteries have lower production costs compared to other battery types such as NCA or NCM. However, the biggest downside of LFP batteries is their relatively low energy density. This means that to deliver a 500-mile range for the Tesla Semi, Tesla must use more individual cells in each battery pack. As a result, the 900 kilowatt-hour battery pack requires a higher cell count, which in turn increases the overall weight of the truck. Using more batteries also means higher production costs, even though LFP cells themselves are relatively inexpensive. The 2025 versions of the Tesla Semi face increased costs because they require a larger number of battery cells, making the battery pack heavier and negatively affecting the truck's overall weight and payload capacity. This issue is especially critical in the freight industry, where payload capacity and energy efficiency are make-or-break factors. The weight of the battery pack directly impacts the maximum load the Tesla Semi can carry, while also increasing energy consumption, reducing driving range, and overall operating efficiency. Although LFP batteries offer clear advantages in terms of safety and manufacturing cost, they are not an optimal long-term solution for the Tesla Semi, particularly as the truck moves into long-haul routes where efficiency must be maximized. With their lower energy density, LFP batteries limit the Semi's long-distance performance and add unnecessary weight. That's why Tesla has confirmed it will switch to HV batteries, also known as 4680 cells, for the new version of the Tesla Semi trucks. Okay, one of the biggest changes in the 2026 Tesla Semi is the adoption of the 4680 battery, the highest energy density battery Tesla currently has, with nearly double the energy density of LFP cells. The 4680 battery, which until now has been reserved primarily for the Cybertruck, is finally being integrated into the Tesla Semi. The goal of this upgrade is straightforward: to reduce the cost of the Semi without sacrificing performance. This means that with a higher energy density battery, Tesla can use fewer cells in each battery pack, while still achieving the same overall energy capacity. This also helps reduce the weight of the tractor. The 4680 battery features a tabless design, meaning it eliminates traditional connection tabs, which reduces energy loss and heat buildup during operation, ultimately improving efficiency and battery longevity. However, Dan Priestley has confirmed that the Semi's driving range will remain unchanged even with the new battery. The reason is that with higher energy density, Tesla can use a smaller battery pack instead of the current 900 kilowatt-hour pack. As a result, the Tesla Semi can maintain its 500-mile range while increasing payload capacity and offering a lower price compared to the previous version. This upgrade not only helps reduce costs for freight operators, but also strengthens the Tesla Semi's competitiveness against traditional diesel trucks. These improvements position the Tesla Semi not just as an electric truck, but as an optimized operational tool that delivers long-term economic benefits for transportation businesses. The 4680 battery now has a much lower production cost than in previous years, with Tesla successfully cutting battery manufacturing costs by up to 40%. At the same time, the 4680 battery offers greater reusability thanks to its longer lifespan and its ability to withstand harsh conditions with relatively stable performance, which is exactly why it's used in the Cybertruck. However, reports suggest that Tesla is not completely phasing out LFP batteries for the Tesla Semi. These batteries will still be used in the 300-mile short-range versions, helping to further reduce costs for shorter routes or regional freight operations. What's especially important here is that LFP batteries help lower the upfront purchase price of the truck. As a result, small businesses or customers who don't need long driving range can opt for this version to save on initial investment. While LFP batteries have lower energy density compared to the 4680 cells, they still meet key requirements for safety and durability. Another notable upgrade in the 2026 Tesla Semi is the new ultra-fast charging system. Tesla has improved its charging technology to reach power levels of up to 1.2 megawatts, significantly reducing charging time. Currently, the Tesla Semi takes about 40 minutes to charge from 10% to 70%, but the new version will need only around 30 minutes. This reduces delivery downtime and helps maximize operational profits for fleet operators. Now let's talk about the design changes. From our perspective, the Tesla Semi is still one of the most visually impressive electric trucks ever built, even though it debuted nearly a decade ago. Yeah, you could say its design was ahead of its time, and it remains the electric truck with the lowest drag coefficient to date. That said, Tesla is still making major revisions in the upcoming version, all in pursuit of one key goal. As you can see, the 2025 Tesla Semi features a fairly simple, rugged design with an upright stance and sharp angular lines. The cabin maintains a minimalist approach, focusing on functionality but not yet fully optimized. The large windshield provides excellent visibility for the driver, but its sharp angles make the overall design feel less fluid and aerodynamic. With the launch of the 2026 Tesla Semi, Tesla has carried out a design revolution, one that goes beyond aesthetics, to focus on aerodynamic optimization, reducing air resistance and improving energy efficiency. The front end has been completely redesigned, featuring smoother curves and far fewer rigid angles than before. This new design not only gives the truck a more modern look, but also lowers drag, improves energy efficiency, and extends driving range. In addition, the cabin has been reworked to be not only more attractive, but also more practical for drivers. The windshield has been replaced with a shorter, more easily removable unit, helping reduce weight and manufacturing costs while still maintaining excellent visibility. This change further enhances aerodynamic efficiency and eliminates unnecessary elements, all while preserving driver comfort. One of the most notable upgrades on the 2026 Tesla Semi is the addition of a modern LED light bar across the front, designed to improve illumination and strengthen brand recognition. While the headlights on the current version already make the front end look striking, we think many people will prefer these new updates. Overall, the new Semi definitely looks more distinctive, right? The slim, modern LED light bar not only enhances aesthetics, but also improves lighting performance. Which headlight design do you like better? Thanks to these changes, the drag coefficient of the new version has also been improved. By reducing drag to 0.33 from 0.36 on the previous model, Tesla has further optimized the design for greater energy efficiency. Although this may seem like a small change, in reality, a 0.03 reduction in drag coefficient can improve energy efficiency by 5 to 8%, helping the truck save energy and extend its driving range. One of the most notable upgrades on the 2026 Tesla Semi is the addition of a modern LED light bar across the front, designed to improve illumination and strengthen brand recognition. While the headlights on the current version already make the front end look striking, we think many people will prefer these new updates. Overall, the new Semi definitely looks more distinctive, right? The slim, modern LED light bar not only enhances aesthetics, but also improves lighting performance. Which headlight design do you like better? Thanks to these changes, the drag coefficient of the new version has also been improved. By reducing drag to 0.33 from 0.36 on the previous model, Tesla has further optimized the design for greater energy efficiency. Although this may seem like a small change, in reality, a 0.03 reduction in drag coefficient can improve energy efficiency by 5 to 8%, helping the truck save energy and extend its driving range. Most importantly, the 2026 Tesla Semi is also significantly lighter due to the use of lightweight yet durable materials. Reducing weight increases the truck's payload capacity while also extending range without compromising performance. The chassis has also been optimized to handle heavy loads while maintaining stability and safety during operation. Most importantly, the 2026 Tesla Semi is also significantly lighter due to the use of lightweight, yet durable, materials. Reducing weight increases the truck's payload capacity while also extending range without compromising performance. The chassis has also been optimized to handle heavy loads while maintaining stability and safety during operation. One of the most important factors in the 2026 Tesla Semi is the shift in manufacturing technology. With Tesla completing construction of the Giga Semi factory, the company can now produce up to 200 trucks per day, an impressive figure compared to the past, when production was limited and each vehicle was assembled almost by hand. This not only increases supply for the market, but also significantly reduces manufacturing costs, benefiting both Tesla and freight operators. Yeah, ultimately, all of the exterior changes Tesla has made to the 2026 Semi serve one single goal: achieving full autonomous driving. Driving a heavy-duty truck, especially on long-haul routes, is an extremely demanding job that requires constant focus and leads to significant fatigue. According to multiple studies, driver fatigue is one of the leading causes of accidents in the trucking industry, making it a major concern for long-haul drivers. Full self-driving doesn't just allow the truck to control itself over long distances, it also reduces the burden on drivers, enabling them to rest while the vehicle drives itself, particularly during long and stressful journeys. However, to make this possible, Tesla has had to significantly redesign the Semi's exterior to better accommodate sensors, cameras, and advanced driver assistance systems, optimizing the vehicle specifically for autonomous operation. As you see, Tesla has added a brand new camera location right above the front wheel arch, a pretty clear sign that the Semi is being optimized to become a fully autonomous heavy truck. And if FSD really makes it onto the Semi, this changes everything. The truck could operate almost 24/7, stopping only for 30 minutes at Megacharger. FSD requires an extremely precise and efficient system of sensors and cameras, so the vehicle can accurately perceive its surroundings and operate safely. To meet this requirement, Tesla has equipped the 2026 Semi with a new set of cameras and sensors. These systems enable the truck to detect objects, calculate distances, and adjust driving behavior, especially in complex situations such as heavy traffic, loading zones, or narrow lanes. With a production target of 50,000 units next year, Tesla isn't just aiming to solidify its position in the electric truck market, it's also setting a major milestone in the transition towards sustainable freight transportation. This production goal has the potential to reshape how logistics companies operate, while also creating significant opportunities for Tesla to further optimize manufacturing processes and reduce costs. Producing 50,000 Tesla Semis in 2026 is a major challenge for Tesla, but it also represents a critical turning point for the company. Previously, Tesla Semi production was extremely limited, with only around 300 units delivered to major customers such as PepsiCo, Walmart, and DHL by the end of 2024. However, with expanded production capacity and fully developed assembly lines, Tesla plans to reach this number next year, while also beginning to offer the Tesla Semi not only to large corporations, but to small and mid-sized businesses as well. This goal isn't just about volume, it's about quality and manufacturing efficiency. Tesla has made significant investments in building a fully automated production line at Giga, Nevada, where the Tesla Semi will be mass-produced. This approach reduces assembly time, optimizes costs, and accelerates production speed, helping Tesla reach its ambitious manufacturing targets more efficiently. One of the key factors enabling Tesla to reach its goal of producing 50,000 Semis in 2026 is Giga Semi, the company's dedicated factory for the new Tesla Semi. Tesla has made massive investments in this facility, which spans up to 4 million square feet and is equipped with some of the most advanced manufacturing technologies available today. By integrating on-site battery production, Tesla can reduce its reliance on external suppliers and ensure a more stable battery supply for truck manufacturing. Giga Semi doesn't just solve Tesla's production volume challenges, it also supports deep optimization of manufacturing processes, from chassis assembly to the integration of automated systems. One of Tesla's most ambitious goals is to drastically shorten the time required to build a single Semi, with estimates suggesting that one truck could be completed in as little as 10 minutes. This not only accelerates production, but also significantly lowers costs, opening the door for true mass production at a lower price point and making electric trucks more competitive with traditional diesel rigs. Although the Tesla Semi has traditionally been seen as a high-cost vehicle, the push toward large-scale production, combined with major updates planned for next year's version, will allow Tesla to further optimize costs and deliver greater value to customers. Expanding production scale helps Tesla reduce expenses related to raw materials, components, and manufacturing processes. As a result, the price of the Tesla Semi is expected to come down, making it accessible to a wider range of freight operators, including small and mid-sized businesses. In addition, mass production will further improve Tesla's operational efficiency. Highly automated factories reduce reliance on manual labor, streamline manufacturing processes, and save time, ultimately increasing productivity while lowering production costs. These advances in manufacturing technology allow Tesla to cut expenses and boost profitability, creating a strong competitive advantage over traditional truck manufacturers. The Tesla Semi has the potential to change the freight industry forever, thanks to the level of efficiency it delivers. So far, it's the only electric truck that has truly convinced us. Elon Musk once intended to manufacture this model in Europe to expand the market, but regulatory and infrastructure challenges have slowed that plan. Still, with the latest updates and adjustments, who knows, maybe we'll see the Tesla Semi operating in Europe sooner than expected. What do you think about the new version of the Semi? Do you think it can realistically operate in Europe? Let us know your thoughts and we'll continue to keep you updated.
We've been building robots a long time, and so we've figured a lot out about how to, build a reliable machine that you could mass produce. And that's what we've introduced at CES this week.
So what's next? Our vision is a humanoid that is general purpose, that can go anywhere, understand its surroundings, and manipulate any object. We're starting in industrial environments first.
So for the first time ever in public, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Atlas to the stage.
So as you can see, Atlas really does stand up the way that we show in our videos online. And we get tons of questions about this.
Boston Dynamics has just put their latest version of the humanoid robot Atlas on stage for the very first time, and the world has been buzzing about its performance and the technology inside this robot. Many people believe it even outperforms Tesla's Optimus robot. Okay, let's put the comparisons aside for now because every company has its own direction and vision. Over the next 18 minutes, we'll take a closer look at the highlights of the Atlas robot from the recent CES 2026 event and break down what Boston Dynamics and Hyundai have invested in this humanoid robot.
We've also designed Atlas's head and face very purposefully. We want folks working with Atlas to know that Atlas is a helpful robot, not a person.
Seeing Atlas live in action for the first time is wildly exciting. But seeing it perform real industrial work is even more compelling.
So as you can see, Atlas here has joints that can move 360 degrees. This lets Atlas move even more efficiently than humans, particularly in manufacturing environments where every second counts.
The new all-electric generation of Atlas is a complete transformation. It ditches the bulky look and moves toward a clean, minimalist design focused on maximum flexibility. The robot stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighs 198 pounds, and Boston Dynamics uses aluminum and titanium alloys for this new version. The biggest breakthrough is its fully unrestricted 360-degree rotating joints, allowing Atlas to perform movements the human body simply can't. Instead of copying rigid biological structures, Boston Dynamics prioritizes mechanical performance. A slimmer body, fully concealed cabling, and a friendly circular display for a face. This is no longer just a human-like robot. It's a machine optimized to operate in complex environments, with stability and a range of motion that goes far beyond natural human limits.
Atlas doesn't have to move like a person does, and we're looking for the most stable, efficient way to get up, and it turns out this is it. This is Atlas's first time in public, and as you can see, its walk is pretty natural and pretty smooth. We've partnered with our sister organization, the Robotics and AI Institute, to push the limits on natural walking just for this performance, and I think we've done something really special.
Instead of mechanically trying to fully replicate human joints and muscles, the engineers focused on finding the most stable and efficient way to move. As the company has pointed out, Atlas doesn't need to move exactly like a human. Its ability to stand up and maneuver is driven by optimized calculations of gravity and mechanics. Rather than the stiff, jerky motions we usually associate with machines, Atlas moves with smoothness and flexibility, showing that its dynamic balance has reached a whole new level.
The version of Atlas that you're seeing here is just a research prototype that we've been using for a couple years to understand the system. But we've been hard at work on making the actual product version of Atlas. I can confidently say that this product version of Atlas is the best and actually simplest robot that we have ever built.
The version of Atlas we've been seeing for years is actually just a research prototype, more accurately, a test platform that engineers have used to deeply understand complex systems over time. Now, Boston Dynamics is shifting its focus and resources toward finalizing a true product version. This is their best robot yet, but also the simplest one they've ever built. They brought this version on stage, but Boston Dynamics made it clear that it was only a static display. Since they couldn't take the actual production robot out of the lab, they could only showcase a display unit at the event, while footage of the fully operational new version is expected to be released soon.
This product generation of Atlas surpasses any other enterprise-grade humanoid. This robot has 56 degrees of freedom, mostly with fully rotational joints, and it has human-scale hands with tactile sensing in the fingers and palms for dexterous manipulation.
The new generation of Atlas marks a major engineering leap, featuring up to 56 degrees of freedom, an impressive figure that's double that of its hydraulic predecessor. This massive upgrade gives the robot an unprecedented level of flexibility, allowing it to easily break through movement limitations that previous versions simply couldn't reach.
It can lift up to 110 pounds and reach up to 7.5 feet in the air. Atlas is also water resistant. In real industrial environments, robots need to undergo washdowns, and it can operate at its full capabilities, including strength between -4 and 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Atlas can perform these tasks at a reliable, consistent pace for about 4 hours using its dual swappable batteries. And when they run low, Atlas navigates back to its charging station and swaps its own batteries, getting right back to work.
The new Atlas robot can reach a height of up to 7.5 feet, making it easy to handle and transport items or components stored in elevated locations. According to Boston Dynamics, Atlas can operate continuously for around 4 hours. The most notable breakthrough is its smart dual battery system, which allows the robot to automatically return to a charging station, swap batteries, and immediately resume work. This ensures production lines remain stable and uninterrupted during operation. With a peak lifting capacity of up to 110 pounds, Atlas can handle heavy mechanical components that were previously reserved for fixed industrial machines. However, the most impressive figure is its sustained working payload of 66 pounds, enabling the robot to operate for hours without overheating or experiencing performance degradation.
Finally, Atlas robots share intelligence. Through our Orbit platform, once one Atlas learns a skill, it can be shared with any other Atlas.
Boston Dynamics has stated that once Atlas learns a new task, that capability can be instantly shared across the entire robot fleet. This immediately brings Tesla to mind, as Optimus follows a similar approach. According to Boston Dynamics' official product page, Atlas can be operated in 3 different modes: autonomous mode, teleoperated, or by using a tablet steering interface. Among these, autonomous mode represents the highest level of integration between advanced hardware and artificial intelligence. Atlas is powered by a modern AI system running on NVIDIA chips, allowing the robot to learn and adapt to new tasks. In this mode, Atlas operates using machine learning models combined with data collected from its computer vision sensor system. Instead of requiring step-by-step human instructions, Atlas can perceive its surroundings on its own, build real-time 3D maps, and proactively make decisions to complete predefined tasks, such as transporting components inside a factory from point A to point B. This autonomous capability is supported by reinforcement learning algorithms, enabling the robot to maintain balance and dynamically handle unexpected situations like obstacles or slippery surfaces without direct human intervention. In addition, Atlas can operate in teleoperation mode, a method that's especially important for training and for tasks that require high precision or fine motor skills. Engineers can use motion capture suits or virtual reality equipment to step into the robot. Every human movement is translated by software into corresponding control commands for Atlas. This is also how Boston Dynamics collects behavioral data. Humans perform the actions, the robot records them, and that data is then used to optimize and train the AI system. Beyond that, Boston Dynamics says Atlas can seamlessly integrate with manufacturing and warehouse management systems such as MES and WMS through its in-house Orbit software. This is considered the most practical and user-friendly operating method in industrial environments. Instead of relying on complex control equipment, operators simply tap and drag on a touchscreen to set destinations or select pre-programmed action scenarios. The interface provides an overview of battery status, operational maps, and live video feeds from the robot's vision system, making it as easy to monitor and manage an entire fleet of Atlas robots as using a smart device at home. The flexible combination of these three operating modes creates a complete ecosystem, allowing Atlas to function with a high level of autonomy while still enabling effective human oversight and coordination in complex industrial environments. Boston Dynamics has been publicly showcasing its humanoid robots since at least 2011, when Atlas was first introduced as part of a DARPA-funded project. Since then, Atlas has gone through multiple generations of prototypes and major upgrades, with the most significant being the strategic shift from hydraulic systems to a fully electric design in 2024. By the end of that year, Boston Dynamics demonstrated Atlas manipulating automotive parts, a clear signal that this robot could soon see real-world applications inside manufacturing environments. Hyundai plans to deploy Atlas robots in its automotive factories starting in 2028, initially focusing on tasks like part sorting and sequencing. The company has also revealed plans to produce up to 30,000 Atlas robots per year by 2028. By 2030, the automaker expects to expand Atlas's role into assembly operations. In the long run, according to Hyundai, the robot will take on repetitive motion tasks, heavy load handling, and other complex industrial jobs. At the same time, Google DeepMind is bringing Atlas robots into its research pipeline to integrate Gemini Robotics Foundation AI models into Boston Dynamics systems, opening the door to major advances in humanoid robot perception and autonomy. Atlas was awarded Best Robot at CES 2026. This recognition marks a major milestone for electric humanoid robots, as Atlas transitions from a research prototype to commercial production, positioning the Hyundai Motor Group at the forefront of industrial robotics. In the era of the Fourth Industrial Revolution, Boston Dynamics Atlas is no longer just a research showcase. It has truly become a symbol of the convergence between precision engineering and cutting-edge artificial intelligence. To understand what makes Atlas so powerful, we first need to look at its dramatic transformation from a bulky hydraulic system to a fully electric design. This shift isn't simply about replacing hoses and hydraulic fluid with electric motors. It represents a complete redefinition of humanoid robot mobility. The new Atlas features highly flexible joints that go far beyond human biological limits, with near 360-degree rotation in most key areas, including the hips, neck, and spine. This allows Atlas to access objects from angles a human worker could never reach, while also optimizing movement efficiency in tight, crowded factory environments. Atlas's biggest breakthrough lies in the combination of exceptional hardware and an AI brain powered by today's most advanced machine learning models. The robot no longer operates purely on pre-programmed scripts. It can perceive its environment in real time, automatically adjust its center of gravity on uneven terrain, and handle unexpected situations like moving obstacles or changes in lighting. For businesses, integrating Atlas into operations delivers strategic, long-term benefits that go far beyond simple labor cost reduction. The most immediate and obvious advantage is its ability to maintain 24/7 performance without fatigue or human psychological error. In high-pressure production environments such as automotive assembly or logistics, even a small mistake can bring an entire line to a halt. Atlas, with millimeter-level precision and perfect repeatability, effectively eliminates that risk. Moreover, companies can deploy Atlas in dirty, dangerous, and dull environments, the so-called 3D jobs, where human health is threatened by chemicals, extreme temperatures, or the risk of spinal injuries from heavy lifting. Instead of redesigning entire factories to accommodate fixed robotic arms or AGVs that require dedicated lanes and space, companies can leverage their existing infrastructure. Atlas is built to climb stairs, step over thresholds, and use the same hand tools designed for humans. This adaptability significantly reduces upfront capital expenditure. And with cloud-based data management systems, all of Atlas's operational data is fully digitized, allowing managers to track real-world performance metrics like OEE and accurately predict maintenance needs, ultimately optimizing the global supply chain in a unified way. However, Atlas's impact doesn't stop with the companies that deploy it. It's also sending shockwaves through Tesla and Elon Musk's Optimus robot project. For years, Tesla has confidently claimed a leadership position thanks to its massive data ecosystem from self-driving vehicles and its ability to scale manufacturing at an industrial level. But the arrival of Atlas as a commercial product directly challenges Optimus's status as the so-called game changer. From a technical standpoint, Optimus is still working toward more dexterous manipulation and has yet to demonstrate serious heavy lifting capabilities. Atlas, on the other hand, can already carry heavy loads with remarkable stability, the result of more than a decade of mechanical refinement. That said, Optimus does outperform Atlas in certain areas. While Atlas can perform acrobatic movements, Tesla has gone deeper into hand sensitivity. The Optimus Gen 2 hand is equipped with tactile sensors on every fingertip, allowing it to perform delicate tasks like holding an egg without breaking it or assembling small electronic components. This level of dexterity is critical for robots intended to work in home environments or on assembly lines that demand fine, precise manipulation. Elon Musk has repeatedly emphasized that once Tesla reaches a production scale of around 1 million Optimus robots per year, the final price could drop to roughly $20,000 to $30,000, less than half the cost of a new car. Musk's strategy is straightforward, but highly ambitious. Massive scale to drive costs down as far as possible. Tesla isn't just building robots. It's constructing a large-scale manufacturing ecosystem, similar to what it did with electric vehicles. Owning its factories and in-house capabilities, from AI chips and batteries to mechanical joints, allows Tesla to tightly control costs across the entire value chain. The long-term goal is to turn Optimus into a widely available household product, affordable enough for mass adoption, essentially a personal assistant priced like a used car. That said, the path to reaching this price point is still full of challenges. In the early stages, Optimus is expected to cost somewhere between $80,000 and $120,000. Though even at that level, it would likely still be cheaper than Atlas. The rise of humanoid robots like Atlas and Optimus is putting the global economy in front of a complex, dual reality. Robots are both job replacers and job creators. This is no longer a future prediction. It's a reality already unfolding inside modern factories and warehouses. On the other hand, robots are also becoming a powerful engine for entirely new types of jobs, roles we couldn't have imagined just a decade ago. Running a fleet of Atlas or Optimus robots requires a massive workforce dedicated to mechanical maintenance, system programming, operational data analysis, and on-site safety supervision. Beyond that, as productivity surges thanks to automation, the cost of producing goods drops. Lower costs stimulate consumer demand and expand service-based industries such as tourism, education, and healthcare. Fields where human interaction, empathy, and creativity remain core values that machines still can't replicate. Robots don't eliminate work, they transform its nature. They push humans away from purely physical labor and toward higher-level roles that involve critical thinking, machine supervision, and strategic decision-making. The reality is that this revolution is creating a deep divide. Repetitive jobs will disappear, while skills related to mastering technology and human-machine collaboration will become the new gold in the job market. The biggest challenge isn't whether robots will take all our jobs, it's how to close the gap between the pace of technological advancement and the pace of human learning. In the near future, the people who know how to use robots as tools to amplify their own productivity will be the ones who lead, turning the threat of automation into a career advantage. Robots may take away old jobs, but they're also laying the foundation for a more prosperous economic system, one where humans are freed from exhausting labor and can focus on more human-centered, creative, and meaningful work. Humanoid robots are no longer science fiction. They're stepping into our factories, warehouses, and soon, our daily lives. Atlas and Optimus represent two very different visions of that future. But one thing is clear: the age of human-robot collaboration has officially begun. The real question isn't whether robots will change the world, it's how we choose to adapt alongside them. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more deep dives into emerging technology, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.